Welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is MRX Trade. Of course, I am Emmanuel Udogu. On this video, we're going to be looking at understanding the MetaTrader 5. Right now, we have been using MT4 for our trading, but right now, I want to switch over to a higher version of it. Of course, the higher version has more functional and of course more plugins, okay, to make trading look simple and easy. So let's dive straight into it. And this is how the MT5 platform looks like. It's a little bit different from what you know on the MT4, right? Just a little bit different. So the interface pretty much look the same, but at least we can see quite some new things being added to upgrade it to the MT5. Of course, MT5 means Meta Trader 5, and of course, MT5, MT4 owned by Meta Quotes, right? And all the brokers subscribe to use this platform. MT4, MT5, one of the most popular trading platform in the whole world. So let's look at how this platform really is different, a little bit different from the MT4, right? Now, it still have it's still being divided largely into three major parts, right? So this part is still the market watch, right? Market watch. And of course, this bottom part, as you can see, is the terminal, and of course this other area is the chart, right? So it's the chart. So let me take you through it again, and of course we're going to place trade our first trade on the on this MT5, right? And of course try to see how we can put stop loss and take profit. Just generally look at how it looks or it looks just generally look at how it is compared with the MT4 version of it. Now, of course, the terminal here is where you place your trade. Of course, you see the running trade, you see your balance, your equity, you see your free margin, your margin levels, you see all of that. Then, of course, the market watch shows you the instrument, right? You can see the instrument, of course, that's the symbol. You see the bid prices. Of course, the bid prices are the prices you sell. The ask prices are the prices you buy from the market, of course. And this is your spread. The spread is in points, right? Of course, you can move over to pips, for example. Look at this USJPY showing 20, right? And that is just two pips. Look at Euro USD. Euro USD is showing 1.3, 1.4 is changing. That's the floating, depending on the market volatility. And of course, that is 1.4. It's showing 13, 14, and that's 1.3, 1.4 pips, right? Then, of course, on this MT5, we have daily. We have here, you see daily. Excuse me. You see daily change on this MT5. You see daily change here, and of course the daily change shows you how much change the particular asset class has experienced for a day, right? So if it is on red, it means the asset class must have gone down from the opening of the day to the present time. If it is on blue, it means that particular instrument must have increased from the opening price to this particular time, right? Okay, so and of course it is in percentage. A typical example for that would be, let's look at this instrument here. Let's look at this instrument here. Let's look at AUD USD. You can see this means AUD USD has gone up from the open till now about 0.12%, right? What about USD JPY? That means this has really moved up to 0.55%. Okay, so one of the advantage of using this is even without opening the charts, even from the market watch, you can tell that this particular pair, right, is on its way up, right? That means it has gone up already. That's the advantage, right? Even without opening the chart. So look at cotton. 3.2, that means cotton has gone really up, right? So that's one advantage of seeing it. So and of course the red one means that the instrument has gone down. Look at copper. Copper has really gone down 0.6%, right? So let's try and open them so that you can see. So let's do USD JPY. So I'm going to open USD JPY so that you can see how much it has moved down. So this is USD JPY. You can see how USD JPY has pumped up, right? So That means this percentage, 0.6%, is actually from this opening. So where I am pointing right now is the opening. From this opening, it has moved up this much, up to, that means from here to where it is right now is about 0.6%, right? So what about USD card? Let me show you USD card. So on USD card, so you can see that from this opening up until this point, it has moved down this particular percentage, 0.2, around 0.28%, right? So that's one of the advantage of it. So look, now how do you use it now? How do you use it? If the instrument if the asset class, if the price of the asset class has gone far too much, it means it has gotten to maybe oversold, overbought area. That means you would want to wait for a retracement before you want to enter again. So that you don't just buy at the high price or sell at a low price. Okay. So that's what you do. Now on the chart, it's pretty much the same thing. Of course, this area is the y-axis, which contain the prices, and of course this x-axis contain dates and time. And of course, the what we have at the chart is a plot of changes in price with respect to dates and time. Then of course up here we have the tools. So we have the time frame here. Then we also have the line studies, and then also we also have the standard tools, right? So these are just the three toolbars we have here. Time frame, line studies, places where you can see some drawings, right? And of course, horizontal, vertical, and of course, trend lines. Then, of course, the standard is where you can see your candlestick, your zoom in, your zoom out, your shift, and of course, taking your trade on the market. So you're going to see new order here. Of course, this is the button that you have to click to either place a buy or a sell. So let me take them back to their position, right? Okay. So the next thing we're going to look at is how we can be able to take our first trade on this MetaTrader 5, right? So taking your trade is very simple. The first thing you want to do is to come to the market watch and select the instrument of your choice you want to trade. Okay, let's look at AUD USD. Okay, AUD USD, or let's look at USD CHF as the case may be. So USD CHF has gone up already 1%. Okay, let's do a USD card. So I'll just right click on it, and of course the next thing I'll choose is chart window. So this is how it normally opens, black background. Okay, now the template of this MT5 is pretty much the same thing as the template we have on the MT4, right? So even though you're not seeing the button up here, so you can simply right click on the chart area, then come down to templates, right? Just right click on the chart area, come down to templates. So you can be able to save template, right? So that's after you must have colored it. So let's just quickly apply colors on the chart so that we can now save it. So you come down to properties, then of course normally it will open common for you, right? Then you have to click on colors, right? So they are pretty much color scheme already set out here for us. So you can choose yellow on black. So this is how it looks like. You can also choose black on white, or you can choose color on white. Okay, so this is pretty much what we want. So I will just click OK. Right, it has changed. But the next time you want to open a chart, it will not look like this. So this is USD card. So let me open NZUSD. So it will still look as with this black. It will still come out with this black background. Okay, still come out with a black background, but this is the one we want. So that means that we need to save the template, right? But before that, let's say you want to add moving averages, right? So that you can use them for your trading. You can get that in insert. You can get that in insert. You come down to indicators. They come down to trend, because moving average is one of the trend indicators, right? So you come down to moving average. So let's say we want to do a moving average of 21 period. And of course, let's say we want it to be exponential. And of course, red in color. then this particular weight, click OK. So this is our moving average. Price is trading below moving average. Now let's add another one. Of course, don't forget insert again, indicators, trend. Then let's put a higher one. Let's use a 50 period. So 50 period for our moving average there. Let's make this one simple, and of course let's make this one a green color, right? So okay. So now let's say this is the strategy you're using and you want to continue using this. So in order to save it, there you go right click anywhere on the chart area. Then of course you can come down to templates, right? They click save templates. So you just give it a name. So let's say we want to call this one our global chart. So would like to call this one our global chart, right? So we just click on save. Now the reason for saving it is so that the next time you want to apply a template, right? So let's say you have open NZD USD, you can just right click, come down to template, and then look at that your global chart, right? And just click it. It applies. As simple as that, right? Then the next thing we'll look at is how we can be able to take our trade, to place our trade on the market, right? Also, so that we don't forget, you can also right click on the chart area, come down to properties. Then, of course, on this show, you can decide to show your ask price, right? So, ask price will now be displayed on the chart. So, this is the ask price. So, okay, the red line is the ask price, and of course, the blue line is the bid price. Okay. So, same thing here. I'll right click and I'll come down to properties, and of course, I'll click show ask price. So next thing I want to do is to place the trade. So anytime you want to place a trade, the first thing you do is you analyze the market. So this video will not cover analysis of the market, which will be covered on other videos. Or if you check this YouTube channel, you'll be able to see technical analysis and of course fundamental analysis. But for this video, I'm showing you how to use the MT5 platform. Keeping it really very simple and of course the basic level. So I'll just click on new order here, new order here. So I have this new order dialog box. So this is where I get to furnish the parameters I want to use for the trade, right? So this is the volume. Of course, the volume is the lot size, and of course, you know this volume you're typing here is in the unit of the base currency. So that's why you see NZD here. So that means if I type one here, one is a standard lot size. Of course, you should already know, right? And that is 100,000 units of the base currency. That's what it means. So of course, this is powered by leverage, right? So without leverage, it will be very impossible to trade. So let's say I want to do 0.01, okay, 0.02, okay, that's 2,000 units of the base currency. Yeah, this is a place where you can put stop loss and take profit. Pretty much the same thing like what we have on MT4, right? Now you can just go ahead with a buy or a sell. Now for this, I'm going to do a sell, right? So I'll place a sell. Now I'm already in on the market, as you can see, right? So pretty much the same thing with the MT4, right? In terms of placing the trade, so you can see this value. This is the order number, right? And market sell, it was the sell I placed. This is the volume. This is the instrument. This is the price I actually enter. Of course, this price becomes your entry price, 0.62704. That's the price I decide to sell, right? Done. I'll just click OK. And of course, at this bottom part, which is the terminal, you get to see at the far right, you get to see the profit and loss. Right? Of course, the first negative you see there is the spread. Of course, the X here is to close your trade. So pretty much you will see the instrument NZD USD. You see the number there, the other number, you see the time and date for the trade, right? You see the type of trade, of course, you see the volume, you see the price, right? You see stop loss, take profit, you also see the price. So this price is the market price, whereas this other price is the entry price, right? So placing the sell is a bet that the price will go down, right? It's a bet or it's a forecast that the market price will go down. That's what it means. So placing a sell on NZD USD is selling the base currency and of course buying the quoting currency. Selling the base currency is a bet that the base currency will depreciate in value, therefore you're dumping it, right? Then of course is a bet that quoting currency and USD will appreciate in value, therefore you are buying it, right? So once you enter a trade, you're going to see this green dash line. So there's a green dash line here, right? So that green dash line is called the enterprise, and of course at the far left you're going to see the label for each cell 0.02 volume, and this is the price, right? The price entered to sell. So the next thing you can do is to set stop loss and take profit. We try to keep this video very simple. Okay, stop loss and take profits. So to do that, you take your mouse pointer again to the enterprise. Of course, you will see two arrowhead join with the main mouse pointer indicating drag to modify. Okay. Then now you have to click your mouse button and drag. So you're going to see a red dash line that becomes either the take profits or the stop loss depending on the area. So since we are selling, dragging it down becomes a take profit. So if you look at the left hand side, right, you're going to see the name, the label TP, and of course you're going to see the amount of profit you make if the price comes down to this level. Then of course you're going to see the account currency there. So this is naira, and of course you're going to see that movement in terms of pips, right? So if you drag it upward, of course it will be for the stop loss SL. So let's drag it down, and of course let's leave it here at this level. Okay. So you're going to have this box come out, then you click on modify, and of course okay. So that's the take profit there, right? So you also have the option of adjusting it, right? Adjusting it on it. So let's say I want to adjust to precisely 3,000 naira there, or I want to adjust it down to precisely, why not? Who doesn't want more profit? I want to adjust it to precisely 6,000 naira, and I click on modify, and of course okay. Now that's targeting a profit of 6,000 naira, but I would like to reach something small, less than 6,000 naira. Of course, that's how to trade. So I'll go back to the enterprise now. I will click and I'll drag up. Now let's say I'm leaving it at this high here, somewhere around here. So somewhere around, let me try and leave it somewhere around 3,000 naira. So the reason is I am risking 3,000 naira so that I can make 6,000 naira. That's pretty much risking one to make two. We call it 1:2 risk to return ratio in trading. So, guys, this is how you set, this is how you place a trade on MT5. Very simple, pretty much the same thing we have on MT4. And of course, this is how you set your stop loss, and of course, your take profit. Now, closing the trade is pretty much the same thing. So you can click at this X here, right, to close your trade. So if you do one click at the X, normally it will not close. Okay, the same thing like what we have on MT4, except you're on one click trading, right? So one click trading is another setting that once you click on this button, then it closes automatically. But this is good for new traders, so such that you don't make mistake and close the trade when you don't want to close it. Okay, so in this case you have this box. So if you really want to close it, then now you can hit this button, this gold color button here. So once you hit this button, then you have closed your trade. Now, placing one trade, you can place another trade. Let's do another one. So you can see that it is possible to place more than one trade even on MT5. So right now on USD card, I'll place another trade. Remember, I'll click on this button, new order. So I'll click on the new button. I'm going to enter my lot size. So let me enter 0.03 there. Then I'm going to do okay, this time around, let me do a buy. So I've done a buy, pretty much the same thing. So this is market buy 0.03 USD card. This is the price I entered to buy. So I entered to buy this market at 1.34750. So this same price you see here, and of course that's the same price that is down here at the terminal, 1.34750. So that becomes the enterprise, and of course the price at the far right is the market price, which is 1.347. As you see, the price is changing. That means, of course, the market is still very much open. So this is a buy trade, which means it's a bet that the market will go up, right? So once this price move above this my enterprise, then I can be so glad that I'm going to be in profit. So I'll click OK here. Okay, so we've done this. Now, there is one significant difference between the MT4 and the MT5 in terms of placing trade. Now, this place we enter the trade, you can see that there is a small arrow there, blue arrow pointing up, right? So that means it's a buy. So it's a bet that the market price will go up. So the arrow is pointing up. So for the sell, this place to enter the trade, if you watch carefully, you can see an arrow pointing down. We don't have this on MT4, but we have this on MT5. So that's one of the upgrade, right? They did to move it from MT4 to MT5. Okay. So this arrow here means that it's a bet that the price will go down. So that means the market price moving towards the downside means profit for you. Okay, and of course for the USD card, the market price moving towards the upside is profit for you. So pretty much the same thing. If you look down here, this blue is profit, and of course the red is negative. So the price is constantly changing, like the same thing on with MT4. So we have been able to place a trade, and of course, let's try and keep it very simple, right? So this area market watch again, of course, this bottom part here is the terminal, and of course this area is the chart area. All right, thank you very much for this one. See you on the next one. Bye for now.